Welcome back to the kitchen island. In this video I'm going to show you how to make a simple pickled onion recipe that makes a great topping to add some flavor to dishes like tacos, burgers, wraps and sandwiches. Using the measurements for this recipe, you'll get about a regular pint-sized mason jar and then a half of another one worth of pickled onions, so you can of course adapt the recipe based on the quantity of red onions and the amount of pickled onions that you are wanting to get. First of all, you're going to want to peel and finely slice your red onion. You do want to get the pieces relatively thin because that just makes for a more enjoyable topping on dishes. Now, I love this recipe and this dish because it allows for fermentation, and any way of incorporating more naturally fermented foods into your diet is really wonderful to support your gut health and allowing that gut-loving bacteria to grow. I love finding recipes like this to incorporate into my meals and different dishes because it is just a really simple way and a whole food based approach to support your body from the inside out. And the reason that these are so wonderful for your gut is because your GI tract actually has what is called its own local nervous system, the enteric nervous system. And that neural network has some amazing functions. So for example, a large proportion of your immune system and key immune cells are actually located within your gut. So by supporting the health and the just overall diversity of your gut microbiome, you are going to be strengthening and supporting your immune system. It can also really enhance your mental wellness and your cognitive function because key neurotransmitters are actually made by the microbes within your gut as well. Next, you're going to prepare your brine for the pickled onions. So into a saucepan, you're going to add 1 cup of apple cider vinegar, 1 cup of filtered water, and then 1 tablespoon of a sugar of your choice. So that could just be plain cane sugar, that could be brown sugar. You could also use agave nectar because that's what I had to hand for this video, or honey, and then 1.5 teaspoons of a good quality sea salt. And you're just going to very gently and lightly warm that on the stove top so that the salt and the sugar can fully dissolve and incorporate into the liquid. You're then going to fill your mason jars with your finely sliced onion, and then you could also add in some finely sliced garlic cloves if you wanted to as well. And then I also include some peppercorns, and that just helps with additional flavor. Once the salt and the sugar has fully dissolved in your brine, you can then fill up your mason jars, ensuring that all of the pickled onions and then any other additions like the garlic cloves are fully submerged in the liquid. You could eat these pickled onions after a couple of hours, or if you want them to ferment, then you can store them in a dark place at room temperature for around 3 to 5 days and just open the jar each day to allow any gases to be released and then store them in the fridge. Thank you for joining me at the Kitchen Island. Be sure to check out my other videos for nourishing recipe inspiration.